Hello, my name is Will Cumbia, and I am the coordinator for migration issues for the European Baptist Federation. It is a joy to be with you all on this World Refugee Sunday. 3.5 years ago, I moved from my home in the US to Vienna, Austria, to work with a very special Baptist church called Gemeinde. My church is a chaotic mix of young families, students, and quite a lot of refugees and asylum seekers from Iran and Afghanistan. Having seen so much news about the refugee crisis in Europe, I wanted to come and serve in some way. My life has been completely changed in my time here, especially because of the friendships I have been able to build with those from Iran and Afghanistan. Through my work here in Austria, I have done a lot of reflection on why the church should care about refugees and displaced peoples. There are a range of reasons that Christians have to welcome people on the move. Some see ministry to displaced peoples as an opportunity to share Christ and grow the church. Some argue that Jesus was a refugee, and thus we should do unto refugees as we would do unto Christ. Others see the gross injustices and pain that are inflicted on millions of displaced peoples and want to right the wrongs in the name of a just God. All of these reasons have their merit. But for me personally, I want the church to experience the revival that I have experienced personally because of the presence of displaced peoples in my life. Growing up in a mostly white Baptist church in Virginia, my view of the Bible was, in hindsight, pretty bland. In fact, just before I arrived in Austria, I was about ready to give up on the church entirely. But then I came here and I met Ehsan and Ali and Maryam and Mohammed, and they showed me the beauty of the church and of the Bible again. Suddenly, the pages of Scripture came to life in a new way, and I saw the story of a God that was constantly on the move, crossing borders and calling the most unlikely of people. I experienced a Messiah that is bringing in a new kingdom where those on the margins, those excluded, persecuted, and displaced were seen and made highest of all. And in the faces and the lives of my friends, I discovered the God whose very image was imprinted upon them. With the unprecedented number of displaced peoples around the world today, the church has a duty to rise up and be a beacon of welcome and justice in the name of Christ for our world. We as Christ followers have the opportunity, the privilege to show the love of Christ to those displaced. But even more importantly, we have the opportunity and the privilege to be changed by them. I'll admit, it isn't always easy to build relationships across cultures and contexts, and almost always the reality of these encounters do not meet our expectations. But if we are open enough, bold enough to receive the blessings of displaced peoples, I guarantee you that you will discover more of our radiantly beautiful, loving God who, thankfully, specializes in crossing borders and languages and cultures. So, on this World Refugee Sunday, I encourage you to pray for those displaced, for their health, their safety, and their well-being, to pray for peace and reconciliation in our too often violent world, and pray for yourself and your church and your community and your country to be welcoming and open spaces to receive the blessings that God has in store through the lives of those beautiful people on the move. I wish you all a blessed Sunday, and I send warm greetings to you from Vienna.